The Phillies just wrapped up a 3-game set in Boston. Let's take a look at the series. Game 1, Wheeler gets the win, Moran gets the loss, and Johan Duran gets the save. Wheeler goes 7 1/3, 6 hits, 1 earned, 4 Ks. The guy hasn't missed a beat, 2.55 ERA. He missed the end of last season and the beginning of this season with the thoracic outlet surgery, kind of hindered the Phillies World Series run last year, because I got to think if they had Wheeler, they would have had a good shot. I'm not saying they would have won it, but at least they would have had a chance. Alvarado, another guy they missed out on last year because of his PED suspension. He's not pitching well at the moment, but he had a good game in game 1. 2/3 of an inning with 1 strikeout, no base runners. He finished up the 8th inning. And then Johan Duran allows 2 base runners. Keeps it tight at the end, but ends up with 2 strikeouts and the save. Now, technically, the starters were Wheeler and Moran. But in terms of, Bayo's the starting pitcher. So that's kind of that's the true matchup. For whatever reason, Boston decided to throw Moran out in the first inning. He gives up a run, gets the loss. Bayo has a pretty good game. 6 1/3, 4 hits, 1 earned, 5 strikeouts, only 1 walk. And Boston's bullpen shuts the rest down. Those were the only 3 runs of the game. 1 off of Wheeler, 1 off of Moran, and 1 off of Bayo. Schwarber hits his 17th home run of the season. He's on pace for over 60, I believe close to 70. Boston with no home runs, but hits scattered throughout. Only 5 hits for Philly and 7 hits for Boston. Philly picks up the game 1 win. Game 2, Boston with a 3-1 win. Sonny Gray gets the win, Banks with the loss, and Chapman with the save. Chapman with a 0.66 ERA. If you think about it, when he was on the Yankees, he was terrible at the end. He was a problem. He was terrible. He didn't show up when he was supposed to be in that playoff run. I can't remember what year it was. But now he seems to have found the fountain of youth. He's in his late 30s and 0.66 ERA with 9 saves on a terrible team. Andrew Painter goes 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned, 4 Ks. The Phillies really like this guy. He's off to a bit of a rough start this season. He had a nice game against Boston. But you can't really judge how a pitcher's doing based on how they pitch against Boston. Boston has a very weak lineup. If you don't believe me, just take a look. The one guy that I would think, oh, he'd be a problem to face, is hitting 184 right now. That's Jarren Duran. Contreras is fine. Abreu's fine. Yoshida's a pesky player. But other than that, who in this lineup are you trying to pitch around? The answer is nobody. Schwarber goes 0 with 2 walks. Harper, all the way down the lineup here. The top 4, 0. Bohm, Crawford, and Sosa are the only ones with hits. And Crawford had the solo shot as the Phillies' only run. So the rubber match, game 3, has Jesus Luzardo, who goes 6 innings, 4 hits, no earned, 1 walk, 4 Ks, versus former Philly, Ranger Suarez, 5 1/3, 4 hits, 1 walk, 8 Ks. Suarez had a pretty rough start to the year, but he's righted the ship. He's down to a 2.44 ERA, so Boston's getting what they paid for there. The Phillies get their runs off of Samaniego. 1/3 of an inning, 2 hits, 2 earned, no walks, gives up the home run to Schwarber, or as Michael K calls him, Schwarber. Kelly comes in and gives up a run, an unearned run. That's Philly's 3 runs there. The only run for Boston came off of Alvarado in the 8th inning. But Philly really spread out 9 hits. Everyone had a hit except for Adolis Garcia. So really a full team effort. They did have a lot of strikeouts. 14 of them for Philly and 10 for Boston. So the pitchers were on point for the most part today. Let's take a look at the Phillies' schedule coming up. They have a three-game set in cross-state rival Pittsburgh before they head back home to face off with the Reds for a 3-game set. All right, so that'll do it for me. Thank you for watching, and let me know what you think down below. We'll catch you guys later.